Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Drew and this is JustAGuyLinux, and this is a video that's taken a couple years to put out. So with that said, now what you're seeing on your screen is something called Ghee. Now this is Ghee, and it is a script that I have been writing over a long period of time. Thus, that's why it's taken a couple years. Now, the origin story is that my guy Matt wrote this 5-line bash script, and the idea was to, automate the process of pushing his changes to GitLab. And I thought, man, this is good. I like this. I like the idea of it for sure. And then I said, well, let me see if I can improve that. And so about 10 months ago, I wrote this 36-line bash script, and it was okay. And so I wanted to improve that, which ended up becoming an 87-line bash script. And then fast forward, I became more and more interested in using FZF as a tool that can do a number of things. Now, a quick aside, on my Butter repo, which is a repo that I use to have newer packages for Debian, Debian stable. And one of those packages is FZF. So just so you know, if you want a newer version of FZF, you can get that here. It's 0.74.2, which is the newest version. Currently, the stable branch of Debian is on 0.60, if I recall correctly. Now, I used this gitup script for a while, but I wanted to add some other things. So outside of that, I had some other scripts that used FZF for logs and for changes, and just even looking at files within a Git repo. And like I said, I had these other scripts, and I wanted to include all of them maybe into one kind of larger script. And that's what happened with Ghee. So Ghee is actually, like I said, uses changes and log and files and even SSH and so on. There was even another script called sweep, or it wasn't called sweep, but it was called update all. And that also has been integrated into this. And there was a script called today that was also integrated into this large script. And you can see right here, it's 839 lines long. So it went from, like I said, 87 lines to 839. But it had, like I said, it incorporated a number of other scripts. Now it's under one big umbrella. When you go to my justaguy.dev and you look under the Butter Scripts project, you're going to see that Git is within that. Once you click on Git, you'll notice that there is a README that you can use to, determine if this is something that you might want to take a look at or use. Now, this is I'm using a subset. When I do my demonstration a little bit later. This is probably like I said, this is on my larger production machine, and you'll see that there's a file picker and so on. And if I use NeoVim in this case, in this use case, so I'll show you that as well. So let's go over here. I only have two projects on this test machine, which is the one I record on. It's called Butter Bash and Butter Scripts. So let's go over here to workspace 3. Now you'll notice that I am in the user home directory. So when I hit ls, you're going to see that Butter Bash and Butter Scripts right here, as well as the other stuff that is within this, within the user home directory. Now, once I clear this and I type Ghee, okay, what it's doing is it's actually looking in that directory for Git projects, okay? And so you'll see that Butter Bash and Butter Scripts are the only two that are showing, is because, you know what, they're the only two projects. So I can switch between these two and it gives you a recent log of what, or commit log of what has happened in those particular projects. Now, if I just hit the enter key on when it's selected Butterscripts, all it's going to do is basically put me in that directory. Okay, so you'll see that I'm in now the user home Butterscripts directory, and I can just type this is what is within that directory, and then let's go ahead and clear. And now if I type Ghee, okay, it's only going to show me what's in that directory. Okay, or sorry, what's within that project. Now, let's go ahead and go back one level and type Ghee again, okay? And now you're going to see both. So it stands to reason if you have like a Codeberg directory with all your projects, or just a project directory with all of your, your Git repos within that, it's going to show all those things as long as you're in that kind of like umbrella directory. So now, because this is FZF, or you're using FZF, if you just type SCR here, you're going to see that it will search that list, and you're going to see just the Butterscript. So if I just remove off of that, you're going to see both. Now, again, with only 2 as an example, it's not very impressive, but let's just assume that you have more than 2. And that would actually help you kind of like, oh, wow, let me get the DWN set up at the top of my list here, and that would allow you to do that. Now let's go ahead and go down one and say Alt-L. Now you're going to look at the log, and again, you can use or take advantage of FZF here. So now when I type in Ghee here using FZF, you're going to see there have been many commits that have used the word Ghee in it, and I can go over here and look to see what changes have been made for that. To me, I like the fact that I can kind of pull up these things fairly quickly. I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing. I'm going to go ahead and hit escape. And now that I'm in back where I was, I'm going to use Alt F, and I'm going to look in this Butterbash project. Okay. Now you can go down and you can look at the state of each one of these files. And if you do want to make a change, you can hit enter. I'm using NeoVim as an editor, especially for this. So let me go over here and click on that. And I'm going to go down and make like one change, I think, or something like that. So I can do, it's like clone the repository. Maybe I want to add the, maybe I just want to add depth equals 1 and say, and then let's go ahead and write that change. Okay. Now, if I do that, and now I go back, I'll notice that there is a change to Butterbash. And now I'm not going to be able to do this because I haven't set it up for this particular machine, but then I can say Alt-P. Okay. I don't think it's going to allow me to do this, but you'll get the idea. Okay. And it will say, okay, the change was made to readme.md. All right. Do I want to discard that file? No, I don't. And now I'm going to say added depth to the line. It doesn't even matter, right? And then hit enter. Once there's an empty line, okay, once there's an empty line, it will go through the process of pushing that change to your Git project, okay? Obviously, I didn't do this because this is my test machine, and the one I record on, but my production machine is set up with like, with SSH and keys and stuff like that. So it does everything for me like that. Now, let me go ahead and clear. Now I recognize this is a niche thing that I did in particular for myself. So I'm not gonna sit here and show you every single thing, but let me just show you one more. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna go over here to the to my Thunar, and I'm going to select the .ssh, and I'm going to look at the config. Okay, this is where I'm about to show you is going to get information from. Okay, the name of the server is called Discourse. Okay, it is on my local machine. My username is Drew, and it's on port 22. That's all that's necessary for this particular use case or example. Okay, so now when I go over here, it's going to read from that config directory, and if I say Ghee SSH, okay, it will then allow me to connect. So if I have a bunch of SSH or if I have a bunch of servers that I want to connect to, I can easily just say, oh, I want the discourse, and then I can hit enter, and it will, especially if I have something set up as far as authentication, it's going, and in this case, it's just a simple password. But you get the idea. It will log you into that. So again, this is kind of not exactly in the same category as all the Git commands and stuff like that, which is why I kind of, like I said, combined many of my scripts into one thing. That way I can set up aliases that do these things pretty quickly. Okay, so that's about all, guys. That's all I really wanted to kind of demonstrate. But if, like I said before, if you look at this README, you should be able to see if this is worth your time. And with that, see you next time.